Imagine for a moment a planet where gravity simply doesn't exist. Picture a world adrift in the vastness of space, unanchored and unbound by the invisible force that shapes everything we know. What would such a place look like? How would it behave? The very idea challenges our understanding of reality. In this strange world there would be no atmosphere to breathe, no oceans to cradle life, and no gentle pull to keep things grounded. Instead, chaos would reign. Rocks, dust, and debris would float aimlessly, never settling, never forming anything familiar. The surface would be a barren wasteland, with nothing to hold it together. Planets, as we know them, rely on gravity to hold themselves together. Without it, they would simply fall apart, scattering their pieces into the endless void. Over time, what once might have been a planet would dissolve into a drifting cloud of dust and rock, indistinguishable from the debris that fills the cosmos. Gravity is the silent architect of our universe. It's the reason apples fall from trees, why moons dance around planets, and why planets trace elegant paths around their stars. Every movement, every orbit, every fall is choreographed by this unseen force. Without gravity, the universe would be nothing more than a chaotic soup of particles. Stars would never ignite, planets would never form, and galaxies would never spiral into existence. The beauty and order we see in the night sky would be replaced by endless, formless drift. Everything you see, from the chair beneath you to the moon shining above, is shaped and held together by gravity's gentle hand. It's the force that keeps your feet on the ground and allows astronauts to leap across the lunar surface. Gravity gives us a sense of direction, a down and an up. It's the reason why planets, stars, and galaxies can exist at all, providing the structure and stability that make the universe recognizable. Across the vast reaches of space, gravity connects every piece of matter, weaving together the cosmic web that binds galaxies, stars, and planets into a grand, interconnected tapestry. So when we ask, what if a planet had no gravity? We're not just imagining a strange world, we're questioning the very rules that make the universe possible. It's a thought experiment that reveals how deeply gravity shapes our reality. Can a world truly exist without the force that creates and sustains it? Without gravity, the very concept of a planet falls apart, literally and figuratively. The answer is a powerful reminder. Gravity is not just a force, it is the foundation of everything we know, the silent sculptor of worlds, and the reason the universe is more than just a collection of drifting dust. To imagine a planet without gravity, we first have to understand just how fundamental gravity is to everything we know. Picture yourself standing outside on a clear night, gazing up at the stars. Every planet, every star, every galaxy you see is held together by gravity, this invisible force that acts as the universe's ultimate glue. But what exactly is gravity? It's not some magical power or mysterious energy. Gravity is a property of matter itself, a force that arises simply because things have mass. The more mass something has, the more gravity it exerts. It's a concept that's both simple and profound, shaping the very structure of the cosmos. Think about the classic story of the apple falling from a tree. That's gravity at work, pulling objects toward the center of the earth. But gravity isn't just about apples and planets, it's everywhere, acting on everything with mass. No matter how big or small, even the tiniest particles like atoms and molecules have their own gravitational pull. You, me, your phone, the chair you're sitting on, everything with mass is constantly tugging on everything else, though most of these forces are too weak to notice in everyday life. Earth's mass is so large that its gravity is strong enough to keep us, and everything else, firmly anchored to the ground. It's why we don't float off into space and why we can jump, run, and play without drifting away. Albert Einstein revolutionized our understanding of gravity. He showed that gravity isn't just a force pulling objects together, it's actually the result of mass bending the very fabric of space and time, a phenomenon known as space-time curvature. Imagine placing a heavy ball on a stretched rubber sheet. The sheet curves around the ball, and if you roll smaller balls nearby, they spiral inward, following the curve. This is a simple way to visualize how massive objects like planets and stars warp space-time, creating what we experience as gravity. The more massive an object, the deeper the curve it creates in space-time, and the stronger its gravitational pull. That's why Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, has a much stronger gravity than Earth. And the Sun, with its immense mass, holds all the planets in orbit, keeping the solar system together. So what would it mean for a planet to have no gravity at all? For that to happen, the planet would need to have no mass, because gravity and mass are inseparable. But if a planet had no mass, it wouldn't be a planet at all. it would simply vanish, leaving nothing behind. Wherever there's mass, there's gravity. It's a fundamental law of physics, woven into the very fabric of reality. You can't have one without the other. So, a gravityless planet isn't just unlikely, it's impossible. Gravity is the cosmic glue that holds everything together, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. Without it, the universe as we know it simply couldn't exist. Planets aren't born whole, they're built by gravity. It starts in a nebula, a cloud of gas and dust. Gravity draws tiny particles together, slowly forming clumps. As these clumps grow, their gravity increases, attracting even more material. This feedback loop builds planetesimals, which dominate their surroundings and sweep up debris. Eventually, gravity molds these growing bodies into spheres, the most stable shape. Without gravity, none of this happens. The nebula remains a diffuse cloud, never forming planets, no clumping, no accretion, no worlds, just endless dust. Gravity isn't just a feature of planets, it's the reason they exist at all. It transforms cosmic rubble into majestic worlds. Without it, the universe would be empty of planets. What if we could switch off gravity on a planet like Earth? Instantly, the ground would lose its cohesion. Earth isn't a solid ball, it's a collection of materials held together by gravity. Without gravity, the planet would fly apart, its core pressure released, and its pieces scattering into space. Everything, rocks, buildings, people, would be flung away by Earth's rotation, not gently floating but hurled at incredible speed. The planet would dissolve into a cloud of debris, no longer a world but a swarm of fragments. Gravity isn't just holding us down, it's holding the planet together. Remove it, and you pull the pin on a cosmic grenade. The concept of a planet would vanish in an instant. What remains is chaos, not a world. Gravity is the structural integrity of everything planetary. Even if a planet didn't fly apart, it would lose its atmosphere without gravity. Gravity is the invisible force that keeps the air we breathe wrapped tightly around our world, preventing it from drifting away into the endless void of space. Without gravity's grip, the gases that make up our atmosphere would simply float off, leaving the planet bare and exposed to the harshness of space. Our air is a delicate, protective blanket of gas, held close by gravity's constant pull. This blanket shields us from harmful radiation, keeps temperatures stable, and allows life to flourish. The atmosphere is not just air, it's a life support system, and gravity is what keeps it in place. Without gravity, the molecules that make up our air would have nothing to hold them down. They'd gain enough energy to escape one by one until the sky was empty. The process would be silent and invisible, but the consequences would be catastrophic. Imagine the atmosphere as a crowd in a stadium. Gravity is the walls that keep everyone together. The walls provide structure, boundaries, and safety, just as gravity does for our air. Remove the walls, and the crowd disperses in every direction, unable to stay together. In the same way, without gravity, our atmosphere would vanish, leaving the planet vulnerable and lifeless. The sky would fade from blue to black as the air thinned to nothing, pressure dropping rapidly to zero. The familiar blue dome above us would disappear, replaced by the stark, unforgiving blackness of space. Life would face instant death from decompression. The sudden loss of air pressure would cause water in our bodies to vaporize, and we'd be left gasping in a vacuum. No living thing could survive such a rapid and total loss of atmosphere. We see this in our own solar system. Small worlds like Mercury and the Moon can't hold atmospheres. Their weak gravity isn't strong enough to keep gases from escaping, so their surfaces are barren, exposed, and lifeless. In contrast, gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn retain thick, swirling atmospheres thanks to their immense gravity. Their powerful pull keeps even the lightest gases from escaping, creating worlds of clouds and storms. A planet's ability to keep an atmosphere depends entirely on gravity. The stronger the gravity, the thicker and more stable the atmosphere can be. Without it, even the most Earth-like planet would be stripped bare. Without gravity, the planet is left naked and exposed, its surface bombarded by radiation and meteors, with no air to slow them down or burn them up. No air, no protection, no life. The landscape would be silent, empty, and utterly inhospitable, a stark reminder of how vital gravity is to our existence. Gravity is the keeper of the sky, the silent guardian that makes life on Earth possible. Without it, our world would be just another lifeless rock drifting through space. With no gravity, what happens to a planet's water? Oceans, lakes, and rivers would no longer be held down. They'd boil instantly in the vacuum, turning to vapor. The water vapor, like the atmosphere, would drift away into space. The planet would become a dry, barren wasteland. Life, dependent on liquid water, would vanish. The search for life is really a search for worlds with enough gravity to hold water. Mars shows us this. It once had water, but its weak gravity couldn't keep it. Gravity is the dam that lets water exist on a planet's surface. Without it, even the possibility of life evaporates. Gravity is essential for a habitable world. Life as we know it is shaped by gravity. Our bodies, from bones to blood flow, evolved to work against its pull. Plants grow roots down and stems up because of gravity. Without gravity, basic biological processes would fail. No stable ground, no up or down, no way for water or nutrients to move. Evolution needs stability, and gravity provides it. A gravityless world would be pure chaos, no surfaces, no water, no atmosphere, no protection from space. Life needs more than the right chemicals, it needs the right physical environment. Gravity creates that environment, giving life a stage to unfold. Without it, there's no foundation for complexity or survival. Gravity is the bedrock of life itself. Science fiction loves the idea of gravityless worlds, floating islands, drifting civilizations. But in reality, mass and gravity are inseparable. A planet without gravity isn't just missing a feature, it's missing its very foundation. Fiction can invent gravity generators, but real physics doesn't allow gravity to be turned off. Negative mass and anti-gravity remain pure fantasy. The universe doesn't work that way. These stories are fun, but they remind us how interconnected the real cosmos is. Remove gravity, and the whole structure collapses. The gravityless planet belongs to fiction, not fact. Our thought experiment leads to a clear conclusion. A planet cannot exist without gravity. Gravity gathers dust, shapes worlds, holds them together, and keeps their atmospheres and water. To ask for a planet without gravity is to ask for a creation without its creator. Gravity is the architect of order in the universe. Without it, there are no structures, no stability, no home. The next time you feel gravity's pull, remember, it's the reason you have ground, air, and water. It's the silent anchor of our existence. The absence of gravity isn't freedom, it's dissolution. We are not prisoners of gravity. We are its children, thriving in the world it built. Gravity is the foundation of everything we call home.